Hey guys, it's me. So I've already recorded this video and it didn't save it, so I have to do it again. So I made my questions for my craft swap tag, okay? So that's what we'll call it. We'll just call it Kelli Ann's craft swap tag. How exciting. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of like story tell after this to answer all these questions. But anyway, so the questions are gonna be, how many swaps have you done? And then number 2 is, if only one, why have you stopped swapping? 3 is your biggest swap pet peeve. 4 would be your favorite item or items received. Number 5 would be your worst swap you've ever received. Number 6 is favorite topics you've been in. Number 7 is, what are your favorite extras to send or receive? And number 6 is topics you'd like to see. And whenever I say like topics, I mean like craft swap, like themes, I guess. Not really topics, but like themes. Like, what themes would you like to see? So this all kind of like, I've been wanting to do a craft swap tag for a little while because I haven't seen one. And I'm like, I really like craft swapping. I keep on messing with my hair. I can't help it whenever it's down. But, and I can like see myself. So I just keep on like playing with it. I actually straightened it today. Off topic. So, I wanted to do a craft swap tag for a while, and I decided to finally do it because about a week or 2 ago, somebody wrote on my Narnia craft swap photo on my Instagram, which is s1e18 if you aren't already following me. And she wrote on my picture and asked, how do I find out about all these craft swaps? So I think she like went through and like Instagram stalked me and saw some of my past swap packages. Because I honestly haven't been in very many lately. I finished 2 recently, and I have 1 left, but a Grey's Anatomy one just got started about 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. I don't know, today. And so that's probably gonna be happening. But last year I did probably about 20 swaps. I might be wrong, give or take, about 20 total is how many I've done. I can see where people would get very discouraged because there has been some stuff happen. You are relying on a complete stranger somewhere in the world to have your address and send you something that isn't going to be harmful for you. So it's very much like a trust thing. You might be worried that your skill level isn't as good as maybe the person that's making for you. And that's just kind of how craft swaps work. As long as you make something with like love in your heart and you try really hard and you don't just like put it together and it's absolute shit, pretty much everybody always likes it. That's just what, I mean, I've liked everything that I've received, and I've received stuff on skill levels less than mine and higher than mine and like way beyond mine. And I've loved everything from in between. So I could see why people would be discouraged, but at the same time, I think really the only way that you get better is by doing it, and you learn so much by doing it, and you learn like new things. You might discover you might try to do a new craft and discover like a new love. I don't know. It's just great. So my biggest swap pet peeve is people not giving enough information, not doing mosaics. I really like swap posts that require mosaics, that require check-ins. I've received email surveys before that have like barely any information. I've had a partner never post a mosaic. I've had a partner barely say thank you. I mean, I've had stuff happen. But I think that's one of my biggest things. I would rather put way too much information in my survey to make sure that whoever's making for me definitely knows that I'm going to like what they're making. Over making somebody have to guess. I've actually had to contact a host before and be like, can you force this person to post a mosaic? Because they barely gave me like any information on their paper, and then they never posted a mosaic, like ever. And then she finally did, because I asked the host to contact her and force her to do it. And she was like, oh, I forgot to do it. It's like the first thing I do. Like I do it before it's even like required or like a thing. That's just me. I like giving my person so much information, it's ridiculous. Some of my favorite items that I've ever received, actually, a lot of that is like the fabric that everyone sends me from all over the world. I think it's really, really cool, and I can't wait to eventually put that in a quilt, but I'll talk more about that later. But some of my favorite things would be my Harry Potter pillow, my red bow tie pillow, my little miniature Dobby. He's so cute. And let's see. Oh, my Pollyanna cross stitch. Absolutely love. I love everything that I've ever received. Oh, and missed my Mr. Wonky panda pillow. I've loved everything that I've received. I definitely have some favorites. Another favorite would be my panda mermaid. I love everything, but there's just some stuff that is just so cool. Oh, my Ponyo pillow is really awesome as well. My worst swap that I've ever received was, the craft was really good, but the extras had nothing to do with, okay, it had to do with half of the topic, but it was supposed to be kawaii, and it was all actually scary as shit. And the box that it came in was like the box that the craft was made in, so it was all really dirty and had like crap all over it. And then I feel bad like even saying this, but it smelled really bad. I don't know if anyone has ever been in a hoarder's house and knows like what that just like that filthy house smells like. But that's what it smelled like. Very unclean, unkempt, come from a house smell. So I had to throw almost everything away. There was some really delicious looking candy from a well-known store from the state that this person was from, and I really, really, really wanted to try it, but it was loose candy in a Ziploc bag, well, like one of the store's little zippy bags, because everything smelled like so potent, like even like the bag that the candy was in smelled, and that just, I couldn't bring myself to eat it. I felt kind of like a bitch. I contacted the host because I just wanted to let her know, like, I was like, I'm not really complaining. I really like the craft. This person tried. But I don't know if you want to just tell them, like, hey, you, like, apparently it was this person's first craft swap. So I kind of wanted the host to be like, oh, yeah, I'll message them and just be like, hey, this is not acceptable. Like, you should probably change how you're doing this. But they wanted to set me up with like a swap angel, and I wasn't really comfortable with that because I did receive my swap. I did like the main craft. I had to throw the rest of it out for being unclean and just overall gross, and it wasn't like stuff that I could like clean. So kind of sucked. And I was really, really excited about it because it was right before my birthday. I had even talked to Heather about it, and I was like, am I like horrible for feeling this way? And she was like, no, like there's, you know, like a level that you should expect to a degree. I mean, even if it's your first one, like I asked so many people, like, even though it was like my first craft swap, I asked so many people, like, is this what you do? Is this what you do? Like, I tried to find out things. And anyways, favorite topics that I've been in have been the kawaii, have been the mermaid. I really enjoyed that one. I think I'm really gonna like the return to Hogwarts. I'm trying to think. I really liked the Sailor Moon craft swap. I've liked so many of them. What are my favorite extras to send or receive? I like to send a candy or a food, like on the International Love Swap that me and Tanika kind of like co-hosted. I sent everybody cornbread because I was sending to people in other countries, and I figured that's a very Southern thing, so maybe they haven't heard of it or tried it. And a lot of them hadn't, and loved it, and then were sad that they couldn't really find cornmeal where they were from to make their own. I sent them like corn kits, if you know what a corn kit is. So I like sending like stuff like that, or like a very like specific spice. Like I sent Tanika one time Tony Chachere's, and if you're from the South, you definitely know what Tony Chachere's is. But you may not know what it is if you're up north, or especially not in another country. It's a really spicy Cajun seasoning. It's really good. I like on everything. I also like sending and receiving the Starbucks You Are Here mugs if I know that the person likes collecting those. I collect them. It's kind of messy, but there's my collection. I have like 18 out of like a ton. But I really like collecting those. So if I know that the other person likes those, I like to send those as well. I also, like I said previously, like fabric. I like receiving the fabric because I eventually want to make a throw quilt for my living room of my fabric from around the world from craft swapping. So I like sending in all of my swaps a Texas panel, because in Texas every year we have quilt around Texas, and it's a different panel and corresponding fabric. So I like to send the Texas panel to people because I just think it's really cool. They're different every year. A couple years ago, and the panel that I've sent the most people is like the shape of Texas, and it's like really big actually. It's like really long and like skinny. It's like a long panel, and it had a really big Texas on it, and then it was kind of like no, not like a topography map, but it showed like browns and greens and like where like hills and stuff were and like rivers, and it like showed like the main like cities and stuff in the state, and then like around it was like all the state symbols. So like a blue bonnet, like a really big blue bonnet outside of the state, and like an armadillo and a mockingbird and an oil rig, and I think there was like a girl on a horse or something, and it said like Texas, like really big across the top. And so I like to send Texas, either the Texas panel, which my shop is now out of that one. They had a new one, but I don't know if it's sold out yet or not. It might be, but there's always like blue bonnet fabric, or I think I've sent like bandana fabric before. But I like receiving stuff. Like I've received from New York yellow taxi cabs, doing the international love swap with like Tanika. She sent kangaroo fabric and Australian flag fabric. And so Sonia sent traditional Portugal fabric from Portugal. It was just, I like those kinds of things, and I'm basically gonna like pair up the fabric with like muslin and like write who it's from and where and that kind of stuff. And I think it'll be really fun to do that. So I like doing that. I also like receiving, like I said, I send cornbread. I like receiving like candy or treats that may be like indigenous to your country or your state or something. That's really fun. Davina sent me some really awesome candy from the UK. I've received maple syrup chews from Canada before, and those, by the way, were so good. So that's the kind of stuff that I like receiving as like extras and sending as extras that aren't like swap related. That's what I like to do. Topics that I'd like to see happen. Obviously, the Grey's Anatomy one just happened as of today. I would also like an 80s, 90s nostalgia type one. I think that would be really fun. Especially since like the new Trolls movie is coming out. But I like Rainbow Bright and Popples and all that kind of old school stuff. I think it would be really fun to do like an old school like housewife one, or like a pinup, like a vintage like pinup style one. I think it would be really cool because I love tattoos, and so I think it would be really kind of cool to do like vintage like pinup tattoo style swap, because I just think that would be really neat. I also think, because I'm obsessed with this, the sound of music would be a really awesome topic. So those would be kind of like things that I would be super interested in seeing come up in the future, because I would definitely join them regardless of wanting to be selfish this year. Also, if you like, not if you like this video, I hope you like this video, but hit the like button if you would like for me to make a video of all of my previous swap received packages, like what I can actually show you. Like the crafts and stuff. So hit the like button if you'd like to see a video of everything that I've received in the past. And because I just think it'd be really fun. I'll probably leave something out if I do it, and it'll probably take 2 videos. But I think it would be really fun because I didn't have my YouTube back then, so I'd be able to show y'all lots of things. So again, hit the like button if you would like to see that. Leave a comment, and if you've done this video, if you do the tag, leave a comment below so I can go check it out, because I'd love to see your answers. And if you haven't and you'd like to, please hit the subscribe button down below. And as always, I will see y'all next time with a new video. Thanks, guys. Bye.